guys, what's up? It's Joe Rady from Rady's Rides. I'm back here at Audi at Wesley Chapel, and guess what? We have it. This is the totally refreshed Audi S4. But before we get into this mid-size powerhouse, let's talk a little bit about the A4 that it's based off of. So the Audi A4, that mid-size sedan, meant to go up against the BMW 3 Series, meant to go up against the Mercedes-Benz C-Class. Those would be its German competitors. Obviously, other mid-size luxury cars are game for this particular vehicle. Now, whenever you see an S model, so A is entry, S is the next level, that's gonna bring more performance, better handling, better braking, and especially style. Now, for 2020, pretty much everything has been changed on this vehicle besides the roof. And that's gonna give it a little bit more of a wider, aggressive look, but also bring that great Audi all-wheel drive performance that you come to expect from their Quattro system and a V6 turbocharged engine with plenty of horsepower. So let's go ahead, dive into this Audi S4 and see what's different, what's new for 2020. Right off the bat, you'll notice the front end styling has been totally redesigned. This one has full LED headlights, LED daytime running lamps, and of course LED turn signals as well. Now I like the little bit of silver trim that they put inside, and this is technology that's been developed with all those years racing at the 24 Hours Le Mans, and not only racing at Le Mans, but also winning at Le Mans. Audi has done that. We drop down, I do like the gloss black, you have a functional side air curtain. What I'm not liking is this whole fake grille area. I think especially on an RS model, they could have done something a lot different with this, smooth it out, something. But definitely from a styling standpoint, the extra width that you're getting from the Quattros of years past really gives it a nice aggressive low look. Now as we go across the famous open grille of Audi, you have the 4 rings. Those are the 4 German brands that form together, and that's what brings us Audi to this day. I am gonna zonk this area that they designed to make it look like some type of air intake. This is fake, so that's definitely a zonk. But what I'm not gonna zonk is I love the shape of the grille. I like the way they integrated a little bit of gloss black, but also flat black as well. You have that S4 badge, and I'm really digging the lower lip spoiler that they put on the front end of the business, on the bottom portion. That's gonna help get us air into those front radiators, and also it just looks pretty sick. Now when we get up onto the hood, you have 4 major body lines, 2 on this side, 2 on the passenger side. Those are gonna flow towards the windshield and towards the A-pillar. When we come around the bend, what do we see new? New wheel and tire setup. So on our S4 that we have, this is a 19-inch wheel. Love the machined aluminum and this flat silver color, really spot on the money. You got your Audi Sport badge, and then check out that black massive Brembo caliper. So that's a 6-piston Brembo caliper. It's the size of Rocky's punching glove from the Rocky movies. Go watch it. I guarantee you that's gonna help clamp down on this fully ventilated rotor. You're gonna have, of course, adaptive suspension, go through your different drive modes, and you have the power clawing to the ground through that Quattro all-wheel drive system. Now, as we go down the side, super clean. I love the way they took where the hood meets the fender, made that a body line and brought it into the door, and then brought it back into the fender. Very clean. You have black mirror caps. That's one designation of an S model from Audi, is you're gonna get the black mirror caps, turn signals built in, very tasteful black trim around the top and bottom. You got a good sized sunroof. What I would like to see on an S model is a blacked out roof. No matter what color you get, I think a fully blacked out roof would just add that little extra style. But I think the lower sill that they've added for the new 4 really looks spot on the money, and it gives it just enough personality. Now, as we work our way back, look at how they picked up the design from the front. They picked it up in the rear, brought those 2 lines to the rear of the car. Now, this one being an S model has a nice size kick-up spoiler on the trunk, matches well, super clean. You got your S4 badge, full LED lighting, of course. Even the black trim goes very well with what's going on at the front and the sides of the car. We work our way down, zonking this fake vent. I don't know why they put these in this diffuser. I wish it was nice and smooth, but you get a very sexy quad tip exhaust, gonna give you some decent sound coming out the back. why don't we go ahead, let's pop the hood and see what's powering this 2020 S4. All right, guys, we got the hood popped. You do have hood struts. Very, very attractive engine cover. I like the way they brought the S colors in with the red and the silver. Underneath that engine cover is gonna be that 3-liter V6 turbocharged engine. It's producing 349 horsepower, 369 pound-feet of torque. It's all mated through an 8-speed automatic transmission, going to the ground through the Quattro system, 0 to 60 in 4.1 seconds, quarter mile in 12.7 at 109 miles an hour. If you're wondering, well, how much does this car weigh, Joe? You're looking around 3,855 pounds. MPGs, 20 in the city and 27 on the highway. I do love how sexy underneath the hood looks, and this is what it's all about. This S4 is an enthusiast car. An enthusiast definitely wants to pop the hood and take a look at the goods, but why don't we go ahead, let's fire it up and see what it sounds like. All right, guys, we're inside the Audi S4, new for 2020. I know you're at that point, you're like, Joe, how much is this thing? And should I get it over a BMW 3 Series or a Mercedes-Benz? MSRP, if you're scratching your head, you don't have to scratch anymore. Here's the answer, $56,000 is the MSRP. Let's see what you get for the money. Now, to the door panels, I love what Audi has done. This one has the optional carbon fiber treatment. I love the silver and how they integrated it perfectly into that door handle. And then you're gonna be greeted to a ton of Alcantara and nice soft leather with some red stitching, even a pocket down there for a couple German chocolate Twinkies and some chocolate milk. You could really get sugared up in this Audi S4. The dash, very, very far forward. Love the texture, soft touch material. They poured a bucket of carbon fiber all over the interior. The Quattro badge, very tasteful. This is all new. All Audi A4s, S4s get the over 10-inch infotainment system screen. That's a 10.1-inch infotainment system screen. This one does have optional Apple CarPlay. It's a $110 option. You could get into your vehicle functions very easily, go into your different drive select modes. We have it in dynamic. That's where we're gonna leave it for today, but you could go and adjust it any which way from Sunday. You drop down, beautiful carbon fiber. You do have dual climate, heated seats, but no ventilated seats. That's gonna be a zonk for $56,000. This should be my ventilated seats button. You do have your start stop button here, a USB and a 12-volt, a little tiny pocket in there for some Jolly Ranchers, 2 cup holders. Now, the bottle that I have right now is short. If you had a taller bottle, it's not gonna fit. So that's gonna be a problem. You do have a nice area though, as you go on the Nürburgring and you get your tickets for that, you could put that right here. There's just no lid. So that kind of kills it. It's nice to have that functionality, but I would like just a nice tasteful lid, especially something that says like S4, but the carbon fiber, the stitch work is spot on the money. Little tiny area here for a couple breath mints. If you're gonna pick somebody up in your new S4, you don't wanna have garlic breath, suck on a breath mint. This is gonna control that 8-speed automatic transmission. I do like the way they put the S badge there. Manual shift mode, of course. A little bit of gloss black, nothing too crazy, but this carbon fiber, I just wanna drool all over it. Soft on the armrest. This color, by the way, is called Magma. So Magma red, you lift it up, here's your key fob. I like the way Audi does a nice S key fob. We flip it around, there's your buttons. You can open up the trunk and whatnot. Wireless charging and a place for your German Twizzlers and another USB jack, which is very, very nice. This though is where Audi knocks it out of the park. Love these one-piece backs, the S logo, the beautiful stitching. Of course, you're gonna have hamstring extension, all your power assist for the passenger and the driver. But this is where I say that you compare this to a BMW, you compare this to Mercedes, this interior is spot on the money. Love the oversized sunroof. It's just a little bit larger so the people in the back seat can enjoy it. I got plenty of headroom. We got a frameless auto dimming mirror. Love the steering wheel in this thing. Speaking of the steering wheel, come over to the business end. I want to show you behind the wheel of the S4. All right, guys, business time. You do have 2 memory settings for your S4 if you want to let somebody borrow it. They say sharing is caring. I say, hey, this is your S4. I'm the only one touching it. I love the S badging down here, and you do have a great aluminum dead pedal, brake pedal, and throttle. Especially on the dead pedal, Audi does a great dead pedal good place to rest your foot. You can support yourself as you're going through the twisty bits. You have your seat controls easy to get to. The bolstering, not too high, but it's just enough to where, hey, when you're ready to turn up the wick, this thing is gonna hold you in place. Steering wheel, right out of a Le Mans racing car. Love the flat bottom, the perforated leather, the S badge, the Audi horn. My only zonk are the paddles. First of all, they're small. Second of all, they're made out of just regular plastic. I wish they could do metal or even like a better grade plastic. But the real, where they knock the ball out of the park, the home run, the grand slam, is that virtual cockpit. That's 12.3 inches of fun. I'm sure you haven't heard that before, but 12.3 inches, and look how clear it is. And watch this, you hit view. There's our tachometer right there. You could go through your different modes very easily. They do some of the best virtual cockpits. And when I say they, I'm obviously talking about Audi with their virtual cockpits. But why don't we go ahead, let's check out the back seat and see how your passengers are gonna love carving corners with you in this S4. All right, guys, back seat time in this mid-size sedan. Really just this leather, I'm telling you right now. Whatever cow sacrificed their life for, I wanna buy them a glass of milk because it's a wonderful leather. One-piece backs. The cargo nets, I wish they would just get rid of. I'd rather have nothing, to be honest with you. So, you know how I feel about those. I'm zonking those. But you do have the 2 rear AC vents, AC controls, 2 USBs, and a 12-volt. I like the knee room and the headroom. It's a little cramped compared to, say, the C-Class, but I think compared to the 3 Series, the room seems a little bit more plentiful down here. How about armrest? Pull that down. It's a little hard, but the good news is you open this up, you have nice felt lining in here, so you could fill this up with your family silver spoon collection. You're not gonna scratch it. And then you have very easy to use cup holders. The problem is they better be small cups because these are small holders. But other than that, these seats are amazing. Let's check out the trunk and see how much room you have in the S4. All right, guys, let's see what kind of junk we can put in the trunk of our S4. No electric assist, but you know what? It opens up very easily. Nice wide opening. Those seats will do the fold down split and give you maximum room. You're looking at, with the seats up, 13 cubic feet of space. I think the good news is that you got your race winning Twinkie storage that you could put over here. Other than that, really clean. Let's pull up the floor cargo liner, see what we get. You do have a spare in the S4. So see, they didn't try to cut all the weight and just give you a can of flat fix. They actually give you a spare, so that's a very nice touch. But why don't we go ahead, if you're ready, I'm definitely ready. Let's take this S4 for a spin. All right, guys, we're leaving Audi at Wesley Chapel. We're in the 2020 S4 right away. Feels amazing. I love the steering wheel. Every time I get behind the wheel of an Audi, it just really you feel like you're holding onto a steering wheel from one of their winning Le Mans race cars. Inside, the carbon fiber is great. The infotainment system, it's a love it or hate it thing. I think some people are gonna love it and others are not. And I think a lot of it comes down to it sort of just looks tacked on. And I almost wish like it wasn't here. Just have everything in the virtual cockpit. The heck with your passenger, let them look out the window. They don't need to look at a screen anyways. So that is my input on that topic. But definitely from a driving standpoint, this thing really surprises you when you turn up the wick. Visibility out the back window is great. Getting to the AC controls and everything is very simple. Would be nice to have the ventilated seats, but not at this price point. You're gonna have to spend a little bit more to get ventilated seats, but really, she's ready to run. I mean, I have it in dynamic mode, so that is the sportiest setting that you could put the S4 in. Virtual cockpit I have set up to really just show that tachometer, and side mirrors were great. Seats are comfy as can be, but let's see how she runs. On throttle, 8-speed drops down, here we go. Great sound coming from that turbocharged V6. On the binders, those massive calipers, clamping on the rotors. Look at this, this feels great. The way that Audi balances their steering and just the way the chassis is set up, she wants to dance. And that's what you want out of a dancing partner. Nobody wants to force somebody to dance with them. With this car, she wants to dance and she's wanting you to take the lead. So that's the great thing about this being an S4 over an A4, even though the A4 will surprise you as well. But back on throttle, here we go. I'm gonna leave it in automatic mode this first trip through the roundabouts on the massive brakes, turning in. Look at this. Oh my God. Yes. She pivots just a little bit to let you square off the corner. The perfect amount of weight, even around this long sweeper here, just carries and holds a line super well. Brakes nice and straight and clean. Good feedback coming through the brake pedal. Throttle has great pickup as well. It has a nice weight to it, and it really feels very progressive. And even though this is a turbocharged V6, you're not waiting for the boost. It's unbelievable how efficiently this thing builds power. All right, guys, time to try out manual mode. So I put the shifter over to the right. I'm gonna use the paddles. I wish the paddles were a little bit larger, but we're gonna see how this goes. On throttle, here we go. Yeah, put you back in the seat nicely. Fast shifts. You get a pop out of the exhaust. On the brakes, downshift. Look at this. She is so balanced. She is so balanced. Coming out of the turn. I just love the visibility you have out of the windshield. On the brakes. Look at this. Nice, nice. You can carry so much speed in this car. That's what's so phenomenal about it. It's not just so much the acceleration, but also the amount of speed that you can carry, which causes you to be faster. So you could go do a track day in this car and really surprise the heck out of a lot of different people in cars that on paper are faster. All right, guys, let's do this again on throttle. Just for you guys, just for me. I'll be quiet on the brakes. So as you can see, the feedback that this car gives you, the way it communicates, it allows you to feel confident. That Quattro system, developed over so many years of rallying and racing and everything else, just allows you to feel planted and really get the power to the ground. And that's what makes this car so great. Making a U-turn, easy peasy. So, you know, from a daily driver standpoint, it's a great performer. From a car, if you want to turn up the wick, it's also a great performer as well. All right, guys, one last time. Let's do a couple roundabouts just for you. Here we go. On the brakes, feeling good. Yeah, coming out nice and strong. On the brakes, she dances. Look at this, look at this. Look how great this is. Coming around. And then all the way around this sweeper, man, I'm telling you, just very, very hunkered down to the road. Not a lot of body roll, if any, and super smooth, which allows you to hit your marks. You feel good. And then when it's time to drive home from work, you can put it back in automatic mode. Let's say you have traffic, that 8-speed automatic is gonna do the business for you. And you're gonna feel good. The cabin is nice and quiet in here. As we pull on this highway, nice and quiet. You can merge very easily. Seats are so supportive and great. I mean, if you're afraid of these seats squeezing you like a vice grip, don't be, because they're very, very supportive, but they allow enough room to where you can feel comfortable and drive this every single day. Blind spot monitoring works great. I like the way they put the blind spot monitoring on the inside of the mirror housing instead of on the glass itself. And just everything is well thought out in here, as you would expect from Audi. But hopefully this gave you a nice overall feel of what the S4 is about. We're gonna wrap this one up and get back to Audi of Wesley Chapel, so I'll see you in a split second. All right, guys, been another wonderful day here at Audi of Wesley Chapel. Definitely gotta thank Chris, Adam, Mike, the rest of the crew getting us access to this 2020 S4. Has Audi made the right changes and gone in the right direction to go after the BMW 3 Series and the Mercedes-Benz C-Class? I think 100% for sure. They took a lot of the blandness out of the S4 and really just pumped it more, not only with overall performance, but definitely the styling to go with it. But if it's cars like these mid-sized luxury sedans that you want to keep seeing on Rady's Rides, leave a comment in the comment section. If you're new and you're on your way out, hit the subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile coming back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Rady's Rides family. If you want to help us keep making great content just for you on the channel, click the link in the description, get yourself some Rady's Rides merch. Got to give it to Big Guns McGee. He's loving Audi. He actually wants to change his last name to a German name. So Tom will take you over to the courthouse and get that sorted out. And just like always, guys, I'll see you on the next ride.